Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new episode of the Direwolf20 1.21 Modpack, and today we are going to get into fixing up some automation, because I actually haven't done this yet, and I wanted to get this over with, which is the intro crystals. We never really talked about getting this fully automated or anything of that sort, but to do this, we're going to need a couple things, because we are going to need to make sure that we always have a stockpile of certain items, right? And those certain items are going to be very important, right? Which is the intro crystals. We always need to have 64 of these. And the reason we always need 64 of these is because we crush these down into 32 intro dust, so you get 2 stacks basically, and that then becomes intro dust, right? And then intro dust can then be reinfused into intro crystals, and then of course these can continuously be broken down. But of course, if you run out of intro crystals in the process of this, and you only get, say, 30, you're going to have to get more intro crystals, right? You can see the issue, I hope. And then of course, the intro infused ingots just follow, okay? So let's quickly grab a crusher for mechanism. I'm actually going to grab the whole line here, so I can just craft it to the ultimate tier, since I don't have this one placed down. Okay, just get this going here. And yes, I'm also looking at the quantum armor, by the way. I want to look at that this episode. I just taught our system how to make some of it, not all of it. But it led to me looking at the intro crystal situation and realizing, hey, we don't have this solved yet, so we may as well get it going. Let's go back to the crusher recipe, apparently. Fluid substitutions. Because we're going to pull the lava out of our system. So, ultimate crusher. There we go. Okay, so let's get this going. So we need a drawer. We'll probably need a few drawers, in all honesty, but we're going to go here. What is that fire crackle? Hold on. All right. So we're going to put intro crystals in here. We're going to grab an iron downgrade. We're going to grab our configuration tool to lock this. So this will only store 64 items, which is exactly what we want to do. And also, why is that, like, bugged out? You see that? Is the item like that? Hold on. Oh, the item is like that when it spins around. Yeah, see, it kind of does it very weirdly. Huh. Interesting. I don't even know. Okay. Crusher. Where... There it is. It's crushing, that's why. Okay. So, we are going to pull from the left, which I don't think we're actually going to be able to pull from the left, so let's just turn that off for a second. Let's grab a pusher, and we're going to push this to the north. Okay. So push into the north, so we're going to input. We're going to auto sort. We're going to grab some upgrades as well. I'll get the power to it here in a second. Upgrade. We'll do 8. We'll do 12, I think is what we have upstairs. And I want this to be about the same, or equivalent. Okay, and then Ender Gate. And then power cable. Okay, we're off to the races on that. And then let's grab, just kind of quickly mute or turn down. I think in this case we'll just turn down the crusher sound. Okay, so that's intro dust. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to put that in here. So we're going to say output on the right, auto eject. That's going to throw everything in here. Okay. So the next portion, we're going to need to get Fluix crystals in here. Which I don't think we have a problem with that. I think the only thing that I want to look at real fast is ender barrels again, or ender drawers, these things. How many of these can I link together? That's my question right now. Because I might be able to do some shenanigans with this if this will work. So if I were to say, hey, this is a cobblestone drawer, and I were to... Could I link these two? I can. Okay, so I can do multiple. It's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Okay. So either we get an interface over here or we get a drawer. But I wanted to test the drawer. And I don't think I'm going to do a drawer. I think I'm just going to grab an interface. Alright, let's just get an interface. And let's put that right here. I should have a cable run nearby. Why did I just make 2,000 cables? Hold on. That was a bad idea. I just autopiloted for a second there. I was like, I don't even know what I was doing. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's get this placed here. We don't want that to be happening. We don't want this attached to our system in any capacity. And then we're just going to grab Fluix. And then toss that in here. And then we're going to do crafting card. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that looks good to me. Let's grab a facade. And then let's get a laser IO piece, I think, here, because I don't want to just shove a whole bunch in here. So on the up direction, let's grab our card holder real quick. Up direction, no item cards. Fantastic. Item cards. So up, this will be our extract, and then down, extract, and then counting filter. We only want 64. Okay. That's going to slowly transfer because we don't have any overclocks in here. So let's just toss a couple. That'll make things go much quicker. And then another thing we can do is we could grab a fluid card or two. And we could actually say water. And a bucket. That sounds okay. So fluid card, extract, and then on the down direction, fluid card insert, and then that'll fill up the water buffer. Perfect. We don't have to do a sink. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, so the next portion of this is getting this back into the system. That's not what I meant to do. So we need to make sure that we have this constantly being filled. So we want to say that item card, channel 1, insert, counting filter. We want to say Entro crystals. 64. And then this is going to be priority like 100. Okay. So on the down direction, we're going to say item card extract channel 1. It's exactly why we did a counting filter here, by the way, as you can see. Also, real fast. Acceleration cards. Okay. And then the rest of these, which we're going to link this first. And you'll see that it'll just start looping, which is exactly what we want to see, is this to start looping. We're going to set this to a negative priority. Okay. So we should never not have 64 in this system. And this thing's basically going to fill itself, which is a decent thing that we want it to do. So in reality, there's not going to be just 64 stack or 64 stack in this barrel or drawer. It's going to be however many this is, which is, I believe, 9. 3, 6, 9. Yeah. So 9 at 64, right? And causing this to be 64 will make sure that we only have 10 stacks in this whole 2-block system here, and then whatever goes in here. So that'll be fantastic. Alright, I'm really tired of wandering traders, man. I may need to find a solution to get rid of these guys. They don't even pop up that much. But they're just so loud. If you don't know what this is, by the way, it actually prevents them from spawning in an area. The Wandering Traders prevents them from spawning in a specific area. I don't remember what the area is, but we're just going to let that go. And hopefully, we will be golden. Okay, I'm going to let this run for a little bit, wait for it to fill up everything, and then I'll report back. Alrighty, so this has been cruising, and I actually realized we have like almost 5,000 intro crystals in here now, which is fantastic. Exactly what we want to see. And it definitely doesn't look like this is going to fill up anytime soon. So what we're going to want to do is figure out a way to prevent this from running. Which I'm going to assume the best way to do this is to take off this cabling, or this facade here for a second. Grab a level emitter. And hopefully this doesn't cause boot looping. But we probably will see that here in a second. So redstone card, insert, and then we're going to say Entro crystal. So we want to have, let's say, 10,000 on us at all times. And then on the up direction, we're going to require low signal. The fluid card I don't really care about. And then let's do this. And then on the down direction, let's just set this stuff as well. Just basically prevent it from running. Okay, so once we hit that threshold of 10,000, we will then cease operation, which is exactly what we want to do. Okay, I like how you can actually see the level emitter from that. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, so that'll be perfect. That'll be beautiful. And, I mean, this is cruising. This is definitely a small automation, but it's going to make a big difference so we don't ever run out of this stuff. And what I'm going to also do is get rid of the intro crystal recipe that we have in here, because I was trying to mess around with it. We'll just clear both of these, and we'll grab a dust one in a minute, because the dust one wasn't actually working properly for some reason either. So we'll have to look at that. But, yeah, I mean, this is cruising. This is going. Quick interjection here. If you guys are enjoying this video, please do leave a like and or subscribe, as it is greatly appreciated and helps me know that you guys are wanting more and more of this content. Of course, we are trying to release this daily. as well as other content. But of course, I'm on time crunch 90% of the time, and yeah, that is okay. If you guys do have feedbacks, comments, concerns, anything of that sort, please do leave a comment down below, as I do love interacting with you guys as much as I can, and we'll get back to the regularly scheduled program. Okay. All right, on to the next thing here. So we do want to look at a couple things. So I was making another reaction chamber over here, which this has the shattered singularities in here, of course, because that is a necessary thing. One of the other things that we need to look at is the quantum infused dust. Quantum infused dust is going to be priority to get what is it? Quantum infused liquid, I believe is what it's called. But let me check something here real quick, because I also did forget. I wanted to look at the Fluix recipe that I'm using. Okay, so that is actually the proper one. The redstone, nether quartz, and charged stardust quartz. Okay. So let's look at something here. So fluid, what is it called? Quantum. Yes, this stuff right here. Quantum infusion. So quantum infusion, if you press R on this, you will not see a recipe. But the recipe is as follows. Let's actually go to processing. And 1 bucket is 1 quantum infused dust and water. And from what I'm seeing is it is 4 buckets, but we may need to change it to 5. So infused. I really wish liquids worked properly with crafting. Oh, do I have a middle mouse click on it? Is that the problem? Is that why I can't ever craft with it? I have to middle mouse? But it doesn't tell you that. Like if you have fluid in here, hold on. Because you click on it, it doesn't do anything. So you middle mouse click on it. There we go. Well, that just did it quickly. So yes, 4 buckets. That is what you're doing. Okay? And the reason that I know this is because I actually had to look for it. The mod that actually is in here that gives you the recipes for Advanced AE is not actually Advanced AE. There is no support in Advanced AE for JEI. And I have no idea why. There's support for EMI and REI, but not JEI, which is the more popular of the bunch. Even if EMI and REI are your preference, you have to look and say, hey, this is actually a more popular option and is in a lot of mod packs. But there's no actual support for it. So this recipe is incorrect. It's absolutely broken. 4 buckets of water, 1 quantum infused dust equals 1 bucket of quantum infusion. Okay? So this can then be used in a few things, which is actually a bucket recipe, I do believe. Oh, it's not? Okay, where did I need this at? I know I needed it for something. Let's see. So I know there is this thing, which we need to bookmark. Let's see. So quantum armor. So that's what we're looking at. So we do need the quantum alloy, which in this case is fluid, quantum infusion, and then copper, shattered singularity, and singularity itself. Can I do this? I can. Infusion. So whenever we do a recipe, by the way, we need to make sure that we are looking at the actual recipe after the fact to see if it's actually correct. Okay? It's another thing we got to be doing. So we can look at the quantum ingots, or alloy. Okay, so that is correct. It emptied out the entire tank, which is exactly what we want to see. And that is perfect. Because if it leaves fluid in here, change the amount of fluid that you have in the recipe. I know, for example, that this recipe only uses 0.5. Actually, no. It uses 0.1. Not 0.5, 0.1. And if we want to see that real quick. If we want to see that real quick, we're going to have to do multiple of these. So see, there's that 0.1, and it's done. Okay, so just testing, experimenting, and understanding that that is not an advanced AE feature, which is JEI. I think it's called extra JEI or something like that. I'm not even sure. Let's actually see if we find the mod real quick. If we just type in JEI. Yeah, FTB JEI extras. So it's actually that mod that is adding the support, but it's not really done that well, apparently. And I think with things being changed, they didn't update it yet. So, okay. Well, we have to get this, which is an inscriber recipe. So we need... Which one? Logic and engineering. So logic, engineering, and then singularity, the shattered variation. And that should give us another press. Where did that go? Or is it not called a press? Is it called something else? No, it's called a press. Oh, it's right here. Quantum press. So we need to probably grab another inscriber. Okay, let me do that real quick. All right, so I've got that done. I've added the recipe to the circuit slicer for the quantum alloy block. That'll give us, of course, 9, and then it'll break it down into actual circuits. But, of course, I want to have an individual inscriber for these because it makes it easier, and that is perfect. We also need to turn on auto export, I do believe, and that should be golden. All right, so we want to then get the alloy plates, this stuff right here, which of course does require the quantum infusion, which may be wrong, so we're going to see. Let's just toss it in here. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 of these bad boys. Insufficient power. Okay. At power. Let's grab nitro, endergate. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna cancel this recipe for a second. What are you doing? Oh, hold on. It's because I didn't mark that it needs the infusion. I forget. It doesn't pull it over. Yeah. Quantum. Dang it. I forget. Okay, full bucket. So that's correct. So now we should be able to make each one of these armor pieces. I guess we really didn't need the inscriber quantum press, by the way, because we ended up using the circuit slicer. Oh well. Look at it going. It's getting all the blocks it needs. Everything's cruising, everything's starting, going fantastic. All right. I'm going to let this craft, and then we'll be back, and we'll look at some of these cards. Yeah, cards. Cool things. Cool things. Jump height? Okay. Okay, real quick. We're going to fix the redstone shenanigans we did yesterday. The variable card 15, it looks like this actually never reaches 15. We can actually see that here. So this thing is basically at its tip top, and it's currently only at 14. So we're going to redo this here real fast. All right, so let's get this to set to 14, and let's do equals equals. So comparator signal equals this, and then that should be reset. So the whole thing should kind of cease operation until it hits under 14, which will be, you know, comparator signal 13, which probably should be, I would think, probably 3.0, maybe? Maybe. Not 100% sure. But that'll get that going. Let's see, is everything else cruising? No, because everything's kind of full on power. Yeah. So we're going to let that just operate because it's kind of not able to push any more power in. I'll definitely be making that bigger between this episode and next. But right now, we're currently waiting on our armor pieces and stuff. Can I actually put anything in here? I don't know. Can I put armor pieces and stuff in here? I can. We can drain some power real quick. So we're still at 14. Of course, everything's still kind of running because it's not been able to for a second. Okay, we got these poor cows. I'm gonna have to call PETA on myself. Goodness gracious, man. Let's just keep hitting these guys. Alright, let's just take this relic off. Because that thing just seems like it's more of a nuisance. Goodness, this poor cow. Oh, that's awful. Okay. We've got all of the quantum stuff, which is fantastic. And we got it powered pretty quickly. I did not know the induction matrix actually allowed for us to power equipment and things. So that is nice to know. Let's actually grab my card holder back. Throw that back in here. So what... let's just pull my armor off here for a second and check what we have in the way of stats. So 4 and 10. This is 3 and 3. And this is 25% knockback resistance, 9 and 10, 8 and 3. Okay, so this armor is basically way better than the Eclipse right now, from what I'm seeing. 4 and 10. Basically, we become a tank. And then... I don't know how we link this, but it says we can link it. How do I go about linking this? Because I don't have a wireless terminal. And I don't think I can connect... Because I'm assuming that's what it's telling me. Is if I grabbed a wireless access point, and I were to put this here, I could then connect this to this system. Ooh, look at that armor. Hold on, we gotta get the helmet on. How do I get the helmet on? This thing. Neat. Look like a ninja. Like a samurai. Not a ninja. Samurai. Goodness. Let's take the backpack off for a second here. Check out the back. Yeah. This looks snazzy. Snazzy, snazzy. I'm gonna wear this. This is actually pretty cool. Okay. I'm gonna take the helmet off, though, because I don't really like helmets on my character. But, yeah, that's actually really cool. And I like how you've got, like, the controller on the chest. That is really nifty. Okay. There is a keybind, apparently, for this. Attempt crafting targeted block. Open pattern encoder. Open portable workbench. So we've got this keybind. Um, so this is your ability to add cards and stuff. But there's also another keybind we're looking for. So there's armor, magnet, auto stock, and night vision. Workbench. I don't think I got enough keybinds for this, guys. So there's a card for that. Okay. So I'm kind of confused on what keybind this is. Oh, shift equals. Okay, so that's that. Okay. So recharging card. So you could recharge from the system rather than the other stuff. You get an evasion card, a flight drift card, reach, swim, sprint, walk. And this chest plate also, it already tells you negates mining speed penalty when flying. Flight card, HP buffer card, lava immunity, regeneration, strength, attack speed. And so this one looks like we're going to just get a whole bunch of stuff. The pick card and stuff, if you did not have the wireless terminals, that would be useful. But since we already have that, and the quantum bridge and everything, that's not as useful. That is for sure. The portable workbench, of course, we already have everything. There's like luck, night vision, stock card, feeding card. Huh. Water breathing as well. Okay. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of interested in this. And I don't think you can enchant this armor in any capacity either. So that's another thing. You kind of have a little bit less of a integration with other mods because you're kind of not having like the mana regen and things like that because you can't pull that off of here and put it on here. I mean, we could even go test just to make sure we're not wrong. Yes, no enchantability. So that does kind of ruin the armor set for me a little bit because I can't get mana regen and things of that sort. Okay, so let's see. So we've got swim, we've got night vision, we've got recharging, workbench, craft card. So the craft card, that one sounds pretty interesting. Where does that one go? Or can none of these have it? Auto stock. I don't think any of these can have the craft card. It says quantum chest plate. It is not in the list. Huh. Okay. Let me get some of these crafted up. I think I've got a handful that I want to grab, and I will be right back. Okay, I actually was looking. This auto-feeding card pulls from the ME system. I might actually snag this one just to see how that one works. But I am grabbing things like the magnet card and stuff as well. This one kind of would just replace a lot of our curio slots, our whatever they are called now. Adornments, I think, is what the mod's technically called. But curio slots, whatever we want to call them. We can get rid of our magnet. We could get rid of our like grants fire immunity, the fire ward ring, a whole bunch of goodies here. So I've just kind of been setting these to auto craft because I don't really think I want to craft these manually. But yeah, just definitely some good stuff. All right, well, we're letting some of these other ones craft here. We are going to look at what we can put on here. So we've got the auto feeding card, which I think is a pretty cool thing. I want to check that one out. So this is your white list of foods that you can actually eat. So this is a pretty small set that you can actually do. And you, of course, can toggle these. Okay, let's look at this. So steak, for example, and pork chops. I don't know how this will actually function. Let's pull this out for a second. And go back here. So if I do steak, pork chops, and do I have anything else? Cooked. I got like mutton, chicken, and cod. Okay. Oof. Did not mean to do that. Okay. And then cod. And that should be good. Oop, we got one more card. We're letting I think there was a few more that we were waiting on. Let's see, where is the other one at? I know we had... There it is, flight card. Perfect. Okay. So that should be everything that we can get out of the cards, but that should be perfect. I kind of want to see if I can run down my hunger a little bit. I mean, that just works. So I'm over here just taking some damage from some iron spikes here. Trying to get that hunger down. Like, immediately just eats. I love that. Perfect. Okay. And I'm curious. So the next portion, because we're doing testing here, another dimension. I'm away from my AE system. Will this still work? It does. Beautiful. Cross dimensions. Which, I mean, this thing's got singularities in it, so I would assume that's the way it would work. So that is beautiful. We don't have to have food in our backpack anymore, which clears up a couple slots. And, of course, if we wanted to, that meat that we're getting, we could start cooking that, and that's a basically indefinite food source permanently. Or the sourceberry sandwiches, even. So, pretty cool. Save up some slots. Perfect. Okay, what do we got next? So, we probably won't do that for all of these. So, here is Quantum Boots. We've got an evasion card, which just says that... Hold on. I completely just skipped over what it said. Enables damage avoidance of any type with a 30% chance. So there's a 30% chance we won't get hit, which is actually pretty nifty. Okay. Attack speed, I'm going to assume this is a chest plate. Boost the user's attack speed by 5. And then we've also got the flight card. We'll do that one. Oh, so this is like your speed, I would assume. Okay. And then regeneration. Sprint speeds, that'll just increase our sprint speed. That's probably a boot one here. Oh, which one is this? Leggings? That thing showed boots, that's why I was confused. Strength card, so that'll be thrown in here. So strength, what was that one? I think it was a strength. Boost user strength by 10. Not 100% sure what that means, but we'll go with it. Okay. And then swim speed, that is probably leggings. Of course, you have a speed toggle for all of these, it looks like. The chest plate, lava immunity. This is for the helmet, which is the luck card. And luck. I actually didn't read what that one did either. So that is boost the user's luck by 2. We've also got a magnet, which is maximum range of 12. Ours is currently 5. The only thing I can see is we do need to set a toggle for the magnet. So that'll be something we will do. So that's a helmet one. Blacklist certain items. I do like that. We have that functionality. Perfect. Night vision. Flight drift card, which is for the boots. And this one's actually really interesting because you know how you know. Oh, goodness. The speed at which I just took off. That's awesome. So let's take off the Soul of Flight Mastery. So you can see how quickly we fly. So the jetpack type of situation. But you see how we kind of just, whenever we let go, we drift a little bit. So what that drift card's going to do is dead stop. Should be dead stop. So see how I just end? So I can have it to where it drifts a little bit, which is this toggle that we just saw. So drift a little bit. Looks like it may be like you drift one bit or you drift all the way. So if I just toggle this down 1. Also, there's numbers right here. And since I changed this to dark mode, I didn't change the text colors. So that's on me. So there's a 0 here and 100% here. So that's on me. I don't think there's a way for me to change the text color. I'll have to look at that. But yeah, we have a little bit of drift, which I like that a little bit more. Okay, perfect. So the next thing, we have water breathing, which is, of course, helmet. And then pick craft card, which is for the chest plate. So we've got a few keybinds we need to mess with. Category Advanced AE. We're going to say the magnet. We're going to bind that to H, which is our already a magnet key. Okay. We're going to turn that on for now. And then get rid of this magnet. And then we also can get rid of this ring here, because we already have fire immunity now. Man, I do love the speed at which we can fly, and like the speed at which we like go up and down. It might be a little bit of a pain every so often. We did put that sprint card in too, so whenever we sprint much quicker, which is awesome. There is a walking one, which will increase the walking speed, but I personally don't like going faster when I walk. The sprint speed definitely will toggle it to make it a better speed. Oh, is there like a little bit of a drift when you stop running? That's pretty cool. Let's look at the legs. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Hold on. I gotta just like back up here real quick. I love this. I'm gonna get you. Oh, that is so quick. All right, that is beautiful. And of course, if we wanted to, we can totally change the sprint speed here. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more tolerable. Okay. But I think that's going to do it for me this episode. This has been a blast. Genuinely, genuinely a blast. And I am excited to get into the next episode, really, because this is fun. We've kind of eliminated a lot of curio slots with one set of armor, which is beautiful. I mean, we've also got the ability to eat, which eliminates the upgrade that we had in our backpack. I mean, we are just cruising. We are getting some upgrades, and this should allow for us to tank a little bit more damage. I think the only one, did I not put the HP buffer card? Did I not make that? I was looking at my health for a second. I was like, did I actually do that or not? HP card. Oop. Hold on. I accidentally pressed P on one of the patterns. HP card. I did not craft the HP card. Let me get this on autocraft real quick. We've got the HP buffer card. This gives us a plus 20 health. I don't even know what that means. It's kind of not descriptive enough with that one. With really some of these, but now we have, looks like just a whole new health bar, right? That's what that looks like. Basically vitality, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I think we're golden. I mean, that's pretty good. We've got pretty much all of the upgrades that I'm personally going to grab, and I think this is fantastic. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a blast. Oh, I didn't even realize there's like blades coming out of the hands. I got blades in my hands. That's cool. I'm like a terrible version of Wolverine. I only got one blade. Okay, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.